Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into episode number 19 of Playing with House Money present the Soccer Gambling Cognoscenti. I am the head of the SGC Iceman, and this guy right here is DJ Pru. He is our consigliere. How are you doing today, my guy?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. The family's doing well. That's all I'm supposed to do here. I'm supposed to just lead the family to great things, and I feel as though I'm doing that because the family's doing very well right now. So how are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, I'm doing great, man. We had a fantastic Friday. It could have been even better. It could have been phenomenal. We had
it was phenomenal. It was phenomenal, though.
Well, it was phenomenal. Yeah. Like the games in the championship that we posted on the SGC last week, it was one of those where it was what they call a bank holiday weekend in the UK. So you get probably because it was Easter, you had the Friday off work, Monday off work, which meant that both of those days get soccer, and we had championship games all day Friday. We had championship games all day Monday, and on Friday's episode of the SGC, I talked about Leeds and Ipswich, and we'd missed the Leicester game because that was a very early kickoff on Friday, and that didn't happen. Friday, they didn't show up, and then they rock up on Monday 2 days later, and exactly what I said would happen on Friday happened on Monday, and we didn't run it back. So we were a day early in a sense. Like if we didn't have those games on the Friday, or we'd have had if we'd have been going out on the Friday afternoon and all of the games were in the morning, then I'd have been focused on the Monday games. Yeah, but that's the way it is. But the games we did have, I posted 5 goal scorers in those championship games on Friday, and we went 5 out of 5. We swept.
I was going to say,
goal scorers, and there was a plus 582, a plus 862, a plus 2493, and the degenerate plus 4239.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that was a great start to the weekend, and DraftKings basically paid for my first, and this is going to sound my first ever pair of Jordans. I never owned a pair of Air Jordans before.
Really?
Now I own 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thanks to DraftKings on Friday.
That is awesome. I'm so happy to hear that.
Yeah.
Damn, I never knew that. I never knew that you didn't own a pair. So that's actually really cool that the books that the house got to pay for those.
Yeah. And then like Saturday and Sunday. Unfortunately, Saturday and Sunday didn't quite go, and Bundesliga Saturday, I just don't even want to talk about it. It was atrocious.
It didn't happen.
We're pretending like it didn't happen. We did kind of early in the week, Monday, Tuesday, we cashed a couple of straight bets. Saturday evening, our boy Danny Gazdag, of course, we said this last week, they gave us plus 170 on him this week. And he did what he does. He opened the scoring. Would have got plus 300, plus 350 on him first goal scorer. We just took the plus 170 anytime though. So there's that. And then, we had a couple on Monday, and then Tuesday we had the DFB Pokal semi-final, the German Cup competition, and Bayer Leverkusen, the greatest team in Europe, in my opinion, right now. They're not the greatest team in Europe. They're not they're going to win the Bundesliga at a stroll. They're probably going to win the German Cup at a stroll, but they're not going to win the Champions League. Obviously, they're not Real Madrid standard, but from a gambling perspective,
yeah.
And we picked out Jeremy Frimpong in the semi-final and cashed the plus 210 anytime, plus 700 first goal scorer, 7-minute cash. So, it's a lovely start to a Tuesday. Put us in profit for the day and for the week. And we now head into the weekend, fresh with with a great slate to look forward to. And Friday Club is non-existent this week. I'm not even gonna. I looked at it this afternoon slate. I'm not going anywhere near it. Taking the day off because Saturday I like Saturday EPL English Premier League. We're gonna try. It's not really the stage of the season to be mixing things up. I fully understand this, but I'm not betting on Arsenal first and foremost because we're at the point of the season where what I would bet on is against Arsenal because I know they're going to fucking fuck up at some point and not win the title. It's just a case of when they're going to do that. And they play away against Brighton this weekend. Not touching that because Brighton are another one of those teams that when I don't bet on them, I might just bet on Brighton just as an Arsenal fan, aside from everything. I might just bet on Brighton because whenever I bet on Brighton, they fail terribly. And whenever I don't bet on them, they do really well. Yeah. So I might just try and reverse jinx it that way. But yeah, you have the early game is Crystal Palace, Man City.
Jinx on the reverse jinx, by the way. Yeah. Jinx on the reverse jinx, you owe me a soda.
Yeah, we have Crystal Palace v Man City, the early game. I always say I don't like to wake up and know that my bet's already dead because I've bet on the early game. Although it is Man City, and again they need to win. They just beat Aston Villa 4-1. Well, that was a shadow Aston Villa, shall we say, that they played on Wednesday. Half the team not playing. No Ollie Watkins, sub goalkeeper in. Couple of other reserve team players. Yeah, no Ollie. So yeah, I don't really know what Aston Villa team are going to show up this weekend. They've got Brentford. There's Wolves, West Ham, and West Ham they're again in between. They were on the banned list earlier in the season. They've had a great run of form. They're on their way back, but they're also coming up against the boys I've just mentioned, Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League shortly. That's going to be a great couple of games, I think. So yeah, so we're left with on Saturday, we're left with slim pickings if we want to pick anything in the EPL. Where I have gone, first off, is Everton versus Burnley.
Okay.
I've not bet on Everton much this season at all because they haven't been very good, in all honesty. But Burnley have been worse. So this is where I'm going with this, right? Like Everton v Burnley, it's a relegation game. Both teams need to win. I don't care if it's April Fools or not. You've got JJ Watt, who has a stake in Burnley ownership. Like if you've seen him on the Pat McAfee show or anything, repping his like Burnley gear and stuff. He's always in the Cotswolds in England.
Yeah.
With his, said that he's going to be on the touchline for Burnley. Hey, go for it. I actually quite like Burnley. I don't mind them. They're just horrible away from home. Yeah. They conceded 3 against Crystal Palace, 2 against West Ham, 2 against Chelsea. Everton haven't been great by all accounts at home, but I think this is one of those. Everton aren't great. Burnley are worse. So I'm taking Everton to score twice, minus 146. That's it. There's not really a lot else to say other than I'm hoping that Everton are better than Burnley in this game. And the other one is basically the same thing. It's Luton against Bournemouth. And it's purely the fact that Bournemouth have screwed me over so many times when I bet on them that I started to fade them.
Yeah.
So Luton are arguably this season one of the best attacking teams in the league. They've scored goals against virtually everyone. They've lost games, but they've scored goals. certainly at home. So, yeah, I mean, this is again, Bournemouth have nothing to play for. That's what I'll say. Bournemouth are literally 11th in the league. They cannot go up. They cannot go down. They're not playing for anything. Luton have to win to survive. They're literally playing for survival. Their home games are huge. We get plus money on Luton to score twice. They scored twice at home to Aston Villa. They scored twice at home in the FA Cup to Man City. Forget that they concede 6. Doesn't matter. We don't care how many they're going to concede. They scored 4 at home to Brighton. They beat Brighton 4. They scored 2 at home to Chelsea. Luton Town can score goals at home. Bournemouth conceded 3 away to Fulham, 2 away to Newcastle. Bournemouth concede goals. Luton score goals. That is as simple as it needs to be. Luton to score twice, plus 128. Huge value on that, in my opinion. We're taking both of them, plus 284 for the 4 goals. Don't question it. Just do it.
Got it.
It's all it needs to be. And we run that kind of logic with the home teams through to the MLS on Saturday evening.
Okay.
With pointing out that last week's SGC didn't win, but we started the trend of betting on our 5 favorite home teams. And I would like to point out that in the MLS last weekend, every home team scored at least 1 goal.
Okay.
7 of 13, I think, scored twice or more.
Oh, wow.
So we could have picked 5. We just had to pick the right 5 out of the 7.
True.
And that's where we kind of went, So I don't think that picking the home teams it just solidified my picking the home teams. This is the right track to go down in the MLS. Pick the home.
Yeah. You've been trying to solidify this against me for a while now, so I'm glad that you got this. Like, it works, okay? It's different. It makes a difference, and I'm like, I know it makes a difference. It's just sometimes nobody's at these games. America doesn't. We don't give them the support they deserve sometimes, and that's all. That's when it.
No, but this week I kind of, again, there's 3 that I really like, and then there's 2 that are, the books have them down as, like, I've looked at the odds and I'm like, okay, do I like them or do I am I being, it's one of those where I look at it and I'm like, why have the books got this way round? Why are the books putting them at plus money to score 2 goals at home in a game that they should win? And then it makes me second guess myself. So I've not done it. I've got the 5 teams written down.
Okay.
The three main ones are Columbus Crew at home to DC United.
Okay.
Columbus Crew with Cucho, with Diego Rossi, kind of
self-explanatory.
Self-explanatory. DC away from home, conceded 2 against Portland, conceded 2 against St. Louis. Columbus played the Tigres in the CONCACAF Champions League midweek. Should have scored twice. They drew 1-1. They were all over them. Cucho didn't play in this game. So with Cucho playing, I think they probably would score twice. Put 3 past the Red Bulls last time out at home. Yeah, self-explanatory. Minus 186, Columbus. Second game that starts at 7:30 is the Battle of LA, or whatever the LA people like to call their derby these days. LAFC at home to LA Galaxy.
Yep.
I've said this about LA Galaxy. I love them going forward. Absolutely. Don't get me wrong. But defensively, they ship goals.
Yeah.
And LAFC just battered Nashville 5-0 at home. And Nashville are a great side. They're, as you will hear in a second, they're a very good side. So for LAFC to do that to them, yeah. Galaxy have conceded 2 away to Nashville, the same Nashville side that just got beat 5-0. They drew 2-2 in Nashville. And they conceded 2 away to Sporting Kansas City. So, yeah, LAFC at home, they're minus 200. Don't really like the price as a standalone thing. It's pretty low for them to score. But this game should be, you could probably take this game for 4. It's plus money for 4 goals, which I think is purely because they don't expect LAFC to concede many. But I've told you about this Galaxy team before. This game could be 3-2, 3-3, 4-2. This game could really be anything. But again, we're sticking to the formula. LAFC at home.
Right.
Third one is then we have 3 8:30 kickoffs. Third team, St. Louis. My boy, again, doesn't really need to be much said. St. Louis are at home. They've done it against DC United. They did it against New York City. They're playing against Dallas. They conceded 2 away against New York Red Bulls. All you need to know, Red Bulls, not good. Therefore,
Right.
Dallas defense, also not very good.
Right.
Going away against St. Louis, minus 130 for the 2 St. Louis goals. That's the 3.
Okay.
Then the two I'm going with here is I'm going with my other number 10 that is not Danny Gazdag, is Sebastian Driussi.
Yes, sir.
Austin. And Austin FC, they're back. They've played like St. Louis at home, Philadelphia at home, Dallas at home.
Yeah.
Scored 2 goals in each of those games.
Yeah, we love Sebastian.
Yeah. And they're playing against the San Jose Earthquakes away from home at Dallas. Lost 2-1. Away from home at San Jose, Sporting Kansas City, lost 2-1. Away from home against Houston, lost 2-1. You're giving me plus 114 for Austin to score twice.
Love it.
That's the one that I looked at and I was like, why are they plus money to score 2 goals?
Against San Jose?
Against the Earthquakes, yeah. Again, I thought I thought about it, and then I was like, no, don't overthink it. Put them in.
That's a funny team name, but we won't get into this right now.
No, the team names is a completely different episode that we're going to record. We've talked about this for the last 2 weeks. But yeah, Austin are in, number 4. Number 5, I've mentioned them several times already. Nashville.
Okay.
Nashville SC. At home this season, against Galaxy, 2-2. Against Charlotte, 2-1. Against Columbus Crew, 2-2.
Oh, wow.
They've scored 2 goals in every home game so far. They're in.
And it's plus money?
Plus 144.
Holy hell.
Because they're playing Philadelphia.
I mean...
But Philly give up. Like I just said, they played Austin.
Yeah.
They gave up 2 goals away to Austin. And I do think, as much as I love Austin, as much as I love Driussi, Nashville, if Haney Mukhtar plays, if Jacob Scheffelberg plays, Nashville have a better solid unit than Austin do.
And even if it's not better, it's very, very comparable.
Very comparable. All those teams like Philly, Austin, St. Louis, Nashville, Columbus Crew, they're all in the mix there or thereabouts. Like you say, very comparable. So
for plus 144
to score twice.
Yeah, gotta take that.
Yeah. So that's the 5, all 5, 10 goals plus 2,000.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sign me the fuck up.
And if you only want to play 4 of those, and like I said, the ones that Nashville and Austin are the ones that I would toggle between. If you play the 4 folds, I wouldn't necessarily play the round robin complete. I mean, you probably should play the round robin complete, but you're getting around plus 800, plus 900,
right,
for your round robin. Because if the last thing I want is like LAFC to be the one that lets us down at the minus 200, and you get both plus money legs that are hitting there
for the round robin.
For the round robin. So yeah. But that's the 5. I will look at what I'd said about what happened last week and taking all the home teams to score. Just what that is, just the 13 games this weekend. Just for every home team to score. Because we have Cincinnati at home, you have Miami at home.
With Messi out.
Yeah, but they're playing Colorado, so
okay, so yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Suarez can still get a goal. You've got Minnesota at home, Seattle at home. All of these guys, should score. There's a couple in there that are the 7:30 kickoffs that do. Well, the two that worry me is New York City FC at home against Atlanta, and Vancouver at home. But Vancouver are playing Toronto. Toronto are not a horrible away. So I'm going to look and see what odds I would get on all the home teams to score one. Because, like I said, it happened last week, and I was just very annoyed after I said about the home teams last week that I didn't look at it then.
Yeah. I got blamed. I got blamed somehow for that. So.
No. I mean, but yeah, hey, we have, Bundesliga on Saturday. We're not going to have 2 weeks in a row where it's as terrible as it was. So,
definitely not.
Get in the Discord. Don't miss it. We're coming back. Revenge tour.
He says revenge tour. He says revenge tour like he didn't hit a 4,300, a 2,700, an 800, and a 500 like all together. So really, I mean, the bad Bundesliga Saturday, you guys can screw yourselves. He did plenty. So it's just time to add to those with this Saturday with the Germans. So
yeah, and then so jump in the Discord. We get that, and then Sunday. There's not like Sunday. You're gonna Serie A Sundays. Hear me out. I know.
Did you see
Bologna?
You see my face?
I can see your face because it's Serie A, but it's the boys Bologna.
Okay.
We took them last week to score 3 at plus money, and they did the job.
Yeah.
So they're back. They're playing away from home, but they're playing against Frosinone, and they're terrible. Short and sweet. And Bologna are 4th in the league. They're 2 points behind Juventus. They're trying to solidify 4th place and qualify for the Champions League. Last time out, Frosinone conceded 3 goals against Lazio. We know what we say about like Lazio. If Lazio can score 3 goals against this Frosinone team, then anyone can. AC Milan went and scored 3 in February. Roma scored 3 away in February. Bologna, who are on the back of 3 consecutive away wins, going to Lazio, going to Atalanta and winning, scoring 2 in both games, going to AC Milan and drawing 2-2. They can go to Frosinone and score twice at minus 106.
Yeah,
absolutely they can. Like, I almost put Napoli in here, but I didn't. Nope. But we also have Atalanta.
Your guys.
My other guys. My other favorite Italian team playing away against Cagliari. Same thing. Basically, this is the same. It's exactly the same principle as the first one. Frosinone was 17th. Cagliari is 16th. Bologna are 4th. And Atalanta are 6th. Same principle. Atalanta, game in hand on Roma, need to win. Trying to qualify for European football. They want to come 5th, not 6th. Cagliari at home. No, again, conceded 3 against Lazio, conceded 2 against Verona, conceded 2 against Salernitana, who are the worst team in the league. Atalanta scored 3 away against Napoli, scored twice away against Juve. You're minus 140 to score twice against Cagliari? Like, no, come on. Like, these are just lines that I have to play.
Yeah. And I love their first half lines too. I love Atalanta's first half lines.
Yeah, they always come out firing. So yeah, I love that. They could cash that in the first half. So that's those 2 games, and then we have a huge game. What in previous years, back when Manchester United were decent, Manchester United versus Liverpool in the Premier League was one of the biggest rivalries in the country. It still is one of the biggest rivalries in world football. Just because of the way these teams were in the 80s and 90s. Neither have really been... They've been up and down since. It doesn't quite have the juice that it used to. But this season, it certainly means a lot because, as we know, Liverpool are there or thereabouts. They're current favourites to win the Premier League, just simply because they are, after the last round of fixtures, they were top. It's obviously the way it works, although they're currently not top. Arsenal are currently top, but Liverpool have a game in hand, which is Thursday night. So at the time of recording this, I'm assuming that Liverpool will be back at the top. I'm assuming they win their game on Thursday. But Man United are not just going to make this easy for them, but I think Liverpool get it done. I don't really like the line on its own, minus 220 for Liverpool to score twice.
Jeez.
Just because, but in some pretty in the last few years of this fixture, Liverpool have dominated. They won 5-0 a couple of years ago at Old Trafford. And given what is on the line for Liverpool, what is at stake, they should. But again, last few away games, they've kind of struggled. But I just have to I have to assume that this is a huge game for Salah. It's a huge game for Liverpool as a club, because if they lose this, then that's it. They're now not favourites. They probably become third favourites to win the title. They drop 2 places, so they have to go in and win this game. They have to, therefore, I think, score at least twice. So they go in the parlay, scoring twice, and then to round us off, we have the Sunday MLS game. Is Sporting Kansas City against Portland. And Portland, I've loved watching Portland play, but they're away. Given what I've just said about the home teams
but this is Kansas City.
Yeah, but I'm taking both teams to score.
Okay.
In this game, because, like I said, I think Sporting Kansas City probably get one. Portland aren't the best defensively, but I also think attacking wise, Portland are very good.
Yeah.
They probably don't score the goals they should, but I think they're good for one. What I will do is I will play, given their odds, I will play Portland separately to score twice, and I will probably do some sort of stupid Sunday afternoon ladder on the Portland goals. Even though they're the away team, they're, like you said, they're playing Sporting Kansas City, who are not the best side in the MLS right now, and they're plus 200 for Portland to score twice. Which, like I said, given how not great Sporting Kansas City is, that's huge. And so, yeah, the Portland ladder, plus 200 for 2, plus 700 for 3. I will probably run individually. And again, like LA Galaxy scored 3 against Kansas City in their last home game. And Portland can be, probably not right now, but they could be. If Portland are on, they're as good as Galaxy.
Yeah.
So if Portland turn up and could turn it on, they can very easily score those 2 or 3 goals. So I'm playing that as a kind of a separate ladder, which is why the both teams to score is in the Sunday fourfold. And the 4 games on Sunday, Bologna, Atalanta, Liverpool, and then the MLS game, both teams to score is plus 700 for the 4.
Love that.
And yeah, that's where we're going. There will be, like we said, there will be Bundesliga. There will be goal scorers. And goal scorers is the one not to miss. Like we said, we cashed 5 out of 5 on Friday. Don't miss them on Saturday and Sunday this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
They'll all be in the Discord. Find us at PW_house money. Stop missing out, as this man will tell you.
I will yell if I need to. I don't need to. Just get here. Get to the damn Discord. Kids going crazy.
And yeah, I mean, that's it. Hopefully you caught Playing with House Money yesterday. If you didn't, check it out. bunch of MLB games tonight that Pru loves. He'll have his MLB stuff going crazy all weekend, and we'll see you next Friday.
Yes, sir.